Hey everyone, it's Kara here from Boho, and I am back with the last video of 2017. How crazy is that? This year has flown by, and before I get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate every single one of you that watches my videos. Every single one of you that can't wait for the next one to come out. I know they've been slow coming recently, but y'all have just been so great and so supportive on this journey, and I'm so happy to be a part of a community that is as amazing as ours. So that being said, I want to talk to you a little bit about how I'm planning for 2018. Now, of course, I'm using my bullet journal. I absolutely love my traveler's notebook system that I have set up. You have all seen this before, but I basically just have two inserts, one for like general long-term collections. Then I have my bullet journal notebook on the inside, and then I have a separate little insert for business stuff like notes and sketches and things like that. So I love this setup, but I've also kind of fallen down a couple of rabbit holes recently. The first one is not necessarily a rabbit hole. Actually, it isn't a rabbit hole at all. It's a workbook and planner that I use every single year to help me plan out my business, and that is Your Best Year by Lisa Jacobs. And Lisa Jacobs is a friend of mine. Y'all hear me talk about her left and right, but she came out with her Your Best Year 2018, and this is the Life Edition, which I didn't get to show off on my review, and I haven't even opened this one yet. I did kind of a swift little flip through to see how it might be different. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then I'll link you to the video where I did a full review on the Business Edition, which is the version that I use every year to plan out my business. So I now have the Life Edition. I'm really looking forward to start going through that. And then I also, of course, have the Business Edition. But what I decided to do, and this is like a giant reveal for me, is I actually got a Foxy Fix A5 ring binder. This is in Boss Babe Kate for all you Foxy fans out there. I got a little rose gold bee embossed on the front and a little rose gold diamond there on the back. But what I did is I actually printed Your Best Year 2018, the business version. Let me take those cardboard pieces out of there. I actually printed it in A5 size and stuck it into the ring binder. So I had a little early bird bonus that I printed out, but then I just kind of divided it up over the next few months and all the little worksheets and everything for my business, and I'm absolutely in love with this format. So these are my two like main planning resources as far as goal setting and personal development type things for the new year. So I'm going to be using these over the next couple of weeks to really like map out my entire 2018, like how I want it to look both business and personal, and I really can't wait. I'm taking these with me when we go on vacation tomorrow, which will be last week by the time you're watching this, but I can't wait to just have some downtime to just sit on a couch and grab a pen and work through some of these worksheets and all of that. So if you haven't, and if this sounds interesting to you, I definitely recommend checking out the review video that I did on the Your Best Year Business Edition. I talked a little bit about the Life Edition and how it's different, but I absolutely adore having these ready to go so that I can plan out for 2018. All right, and the second rabbit hole that is actually a rabbit hole that I fell down recently was Hobonichi. I know a lot of you are familiar with Hobonichi. Hobonichi is a Japanese planner company, and I kind of fell down the rabbit hole after seeing a really pretty Hobonichi spread on Instagram that I kind of fell in love with. I started searching for videos on YouTube, and I found this one lady, Yukiko Sakamura. She has a great channel about Hobonichi and how she uses it to plan. It's not an artistic channel at all, I wouldn't say. It's more like function over form. She has a lot of great tips on how to plan and maximize your time and different ways to plan in your Hobonichi. And she also does some bullet journaling in her Hobonichi. So when I decided that I wanted to try one of these planners, I kind of couldn't decide between the cousin, which is the A5 size, and the regular planner this is like the English version A6. So I decided to get both and kind of play around with them and hopefully find a use for both of them. So my plan for this smaller A6, and these are both Hobonichi covers as well, by the way. But as you can see, it's just a little A6 size, and I've already done some playing around in here. I kind of redid the headers. I kind of wrote over them so that they're nice and pretty. I started highlighting anything in pink. Those are trips or vacations that I'm going to be taking this year. And I really haven't done much else, but I was just kind of playing around to see, A, if I like the size, and B, what would I use this for? So right off the bat, the first thing that I noticed with the smaller size is that it has a bunch of monthly spreads, and then after that it goes straight into one page. It goes straight into one page per day. So my thought here was that I could use this more as an art journal or my personal journal for the year. So nice small little pages that wouldn't take me a lot of time to fill up each day, but would be a fun little challenge. So that's my plan for my A6 Hobonichi, is for it to be like my personal art journal. Put this back on here. And then I have the cousin. So I'm really excited about this planner, and I'm still very torn. Y'all know me, if you've been following me for a little while, then you know that I've kind of hopped from system to system in the past couple of years, and I've always ended up going back to my bound journal for my main bullet journal, main planner. However, the Hobonichi was really intriguing to me because I've been using this kind of weekly spread. I've been using this weekly and daily hybrid spread in my bullet journal for the last almost month, and really loving and enjoying it. And one thing that caught my eye when I saw the Hobonichi was that the weekly spreads here really remind me of that layout with the long, thin columns. So I decided that I would try to use this as my business planner for the year. So instead of having that separate insert in my traveler's notebook with my business stuff in it, I would try to use this as my business planner. So I just have a little pencil board in here that's to put under my pages while I write. I have a couple of Hobonichi stencils that I purchased as well, and a cute little love paper clip that my Boho Secret Santa sent to me, so thank you. All right, so opening up the Hobonichi, I haven't done much with the cousin yet. I haven't quite decided how I want to lay everything out in here and if I want to use the pages as intended or not. For example, I could use these spreads kind of like a Calendex. I could use them as a habit tracker of sorts, but since this is going to be a business planner, I'm just not sure yet what my plan is. I might try to track my social media stats there or something like that. And then of course we have all of the monthly spreads, which you can see here. I started doing just a little bit of writing in here. I wanted to play around with the stencils a little bit and just put in some events and birthdays that I knew that I had coming up in the first couple of months of the year. So my plan for these monthly spreads is for them to be kind of my editorial calendar, and like when I'm going to post on YouTube, on my blog, on Instagram, on Facebook, and kind of plan those things out that way. And then for my weekly spreads, my plan is for this to be nothing but business related appointments and tasks and to-dos and things like that. I also have some travel stuff in here. And then when we get into the daily pages, that's where I'm kind of torn. I love the idea of this page per day and planning. However, I'm worried that it's too much space for me for one day for just business things. And so if I start trying to incorporate personal things into here as well, does that mean that my bullet journal notebook falls by the wayside? Should I try just bullet journaling in my Hobonichi for a while and see how that goes? And if I do that, what do I do with the rest of my notebook that I'm currently in? So as you all can see, I'm in a bit of a conundrum. I really want to give this system a go, and I really want to play around with bullet journaling in the Hobonichi. I think it's just such a great layout, especially those weekly spreads, and having the monthly calendars already laid out for me. The one thing that's holding me back from that, of course, is the daily pages where they are all dated, and I just don't know how I feel about having a whole page per day. So I'm really, really torn. I'd love to hear if y'all have opinions or comments on the matter, but I bought it. I'm committed to giving it a go. I know what a lot of you are thinking, like, oh my gosh, Kara, you have gone to so many different systems and you always come back to your notebook. And while that's true, I love the idea of experimenting and trying new things all the time. So if it doesn't quite work out the way that I plan, of course, I can always go back to my bound notebook, my Leuchtturm. And at the very least, I'll probably learn something about my planning process or about my planning methods in the process. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try. I'm still, like I said, not 100% sure how it's all going to work together, but I really would love to have this as my separate kind of work planner. That way I have a little bit of division between my work and my personal life. So who knows? I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I just want to kind of update you guys and show you kind of the struggles that I'm going through. And I'm sure a lot of people go through these same struggles when trying to pick between different planners or different systems, or how to combine different things that they love, or how to keep, work and life separate or balanced as much as possible. And I just wanted you to know that it's a totally natural thing. Each and every one of us goes through it. I don't think there's anyone out there who has everything absolutely down pat. But y'all have heard me say this before, and I'll say it again and again and again, that my bullet journal journey is all a giant experiment to me. It's about constantly tweaking, constantly finding new ways to improve, trim the fat, do whatever I can to make my system better and better and better over time. So that's what this is all about to me, and I don't mind taking a little detour with the Hobonichi, for example, or with the Filofax when I did that, or when I tried to do just inserts in my traveler's notebook instead of my hardbound journal. All of those things, even though they didn't end up working for me, they did teach me a lot about my planning style and what I did and didn't want in my planning system. So I'm hoping that the Hobonichi experience is the same. And I know that a lot of you are Hobonichi users out there as well. So I hope you're as excited as I am to kind of go on this adventure with me. And those of you that have not seen the Hobonichi before or have been thinking about trying it out, I hope that my experiments will help you there. With that, I want to say a very happy new year to everyone. I'm really looking forward to all the things to come in the new year, and I absolutely cannot wait to share this new planning journey with you in 2018. All right, y'all. Have a great, great rest of your day, and Happy New Year. Bye.